Following the video from my other channel, Blue Lane, where I teach Bulgarian, this is a true story. What exactly happened? So the story begins in January when someone on Facebook approached me. It was a friend of a friend. I didn't check who that person really was. So that person started the conversation saying that someone was looking for me. It was strange. I thought he was trying to make himself interesting. Later on, after the whole thing happened, I was asking friends that he was on their list if they knew him. It happened that they didn't. So who that person really was or is, that is still a question. Then that person very quickly decided that we were friends, started calling me a friend, which also is strange. How can you say that someone is your friend from the very first beginning? You can't. Friendship needs time. Anyway, we were chatting a little bit, like probably a sentence or two every other day, every 2-3 days. In probably a month time, I saw that that person changed his photo and it was a completely different person. And I told him that. He said, no, that was always me. But soon after that, he blocked me, so I couldn't text, which was strange anyway. So be aware if someone wants to befriend you quickly. That doesn't happen in real life with real people. Even if you like someone, you still need to kind of check if this person really can be your friend. So you need time. If someone says, you're my friend, friend, it's like he's trying to brainwash you. So be careful. And this guy was Chinese, if he really was real. At that time, from another website that's for language exchange, where I have found friends to talk about Korean language, there was a person who texted me. First was one guy that texted me, but the conversation with him didn't last long. So you'll see in my video following day 1, day 2, we had just few exchanges. And then day 3 was a completely different person with a similar story. So that's why I posted both of them so you can compare the stories. They both talked about the same thing. And when I checked their accounts, it happened that they both opened the accounts at the same time, which was, I think, a month ago. I don't really remember. But it was the same time. They had one picture. They had the same profession, which was, wow, a coincidence? Was it? And then you can follow the story, what exactly happened. Day 1, the first guy. Hello, how are you? I replied, asking about his profession. So he gave me a long answer. Plus more about himself. Day 2, he asked if we can chat on WhatsApp. I don't really like giving my phone number, but I did. We exchanged few sentences about ourselves, and that was all. On day 3, there was another guy who started the conversation with knock knock, and I thought, that's a player. So the first guy stopped chatting with me at all. And we started chatting with this one who happened to be doing the same thing and giving me a lot of information about himself without even asking. Anyway, because I'm curious about zodiac signs, of course I asked. He replied. And then again, he asked about my WhatsApp number. It took me a while to decide whether to give my phone number or not. At the end, I did. So we moved there. He told me he lost his family when he was 7 in a car crash. He was at home, the only one that survived. His fiancée cheated on him with his assistant and got pregnant. That happened 5 years ago. So he was quite upset and needed time to heal. And now he was ready to settle down. Since that happened, he changed his assistant who was male, and now he was having a female assistant. I received a poem. He also sang a song. After about a month chatting and sharing information, he went on a business trip and then on a cruise where both gems. Basically, the scheme from the article down below followed. Please read the articles. Many things didn't end up, and I was wondering what was happening, then decided to check. At times it felt like I was walking on an ice and didn't know if the ice was thin or thick. I wondered why a person would lie. If you're really interested in someone, you will remember the things you said and many details. That wasn't the case. I decided to send him back the poem he wrote, and when I sent it, he acted like he didn't know about the poem. I sent him an article about the scheme. He just acted like I didn't send anything. At that point, I was convinced that all that was a scam and wanted to know why that happened. I wanted to have answers. Surprisingly, he was still texting me, answering some of the questions. So, to sum up some of the things, he lied about his zodiac sign. Small things like that matter. So, when you are in a conversation with someone, try to remember small things because at some point there will be like turning points for you. About the assistant, which was amazingly Stupid. How can you forget what you said about your assistant and the story? I was wondering how many people I was texting to. He also didn't remember things that were related to me that I've said, which was strange as well. The ship happened to make like zigzag or going round the Europe 2 times back and forward. Like it didn't make sense at all. When he said that ship was at Liechtenstein, I said the map, and he said, "What's wrong with the map? What's wrong? The ship can't be there. What kind of bank will block the account and ask you to send money to unblock the account to a different account? That makes no sense." Then, the money you have to pay to release the parcel, usually that should be the person sending the parcel. And to pay this money, not the delivery company, but the customs will have to email or call you. It's always a good idea to keep your friends updated with your life, because sometimes you need someone outside to ask you the same questions you ask yourself and to give you an advice. At that point, I started seeing synchronicity everywhere, repeating numbers all the time, something that didn't happen to me before, like the universe was trying to warn me. Also, in my dreams and when I was trying to meditate, I was feeling and hearing that love is all around, which was strange. Feeling nice though, and I did find that it was true, sharing with my family and friends who were with me and showed me their support and love. So I want to say thank you to all of them. I really, really love you. Lastly, I just want to say that the photo I used of the guy is the one I received from the scammer. I don't know who that person is and if that person really exists. Probably he does, and probably he is not aware that his photo is used by someone for a scam. Obviously, they haven't met a writer before who asks lots of questions and is very curious and is a person who creates plots herself. Thank you for watching my video and please share it with more people so they should know to stay away from scams.